latest.
We've been talking about this next story, and it's one you'll see only on Fox here at 10. It has been 34 years. That's the moment the Clemson Tigers won the national championship under head coach Danny Ford. Now Ford, who's 67 years old, is nominated for the College Football Hall of Fame. But even though his teams beat many coaches who are already in the Hall of Fame, he says he doesn't think he'll get the honor this time.
Right. Instead, he says he's focused on life on the farm. Just a short drive, but a world away from his days on Clemson's sideline. Game day at Clemson University. The band playing, the fans cheering, and the team rubbing Howard's Rock before running down the hill. It seems so far away from here. These days, former Clemson coach Danny Ford is more at home on his farm in Central than anywhere else.
Some people say I work, some people say I loaf, but I stay out here a lot at the farm.
It's 170 acres of rolling hills, just the way he likes it.
We'll never have any neighbors here. Never, ever. I mean, this is agriculture at Clemson University. So then I got a few neighbors this way and a few this way and one or two this way, and that's it, you know.
The farm was a gift over several years from Clemson.
Yeah, after we won the championship, they knew I wanted a farm, and they gave me 10 acres a year.
It's land he works.
I really liked it when I was in my early 60s. Now, in the older 60s, it's getting a little rougher on me. It's a lot tougher in the heat than it used to be.
On this day, in 97-degree weather, he's building a fence with his son, Lee.
I'm here, or I'm doing something for somebody, charity something, auction something, signing something, speaking somewhere, or here most of the time. Yeah, that's it. That's the Ford life now, and it's very enjoyable. Very much I enjoy it.
But there's still football. Danny Ford takes the 8-mile drive to Memorial Stadium for home games, but he doesn't always stay.
I go to all the games at home, and I like the tailgating better than anything. I mean, I really do. I enjoy the tailgating, and sometimes I leave after tailgating and come home watching on TV. And when I really want to do it, sometimes I get on my tractor, turn the radio on, and listen to it on the radio.
This coach-turned-farmer admits it seems almost like another life. More than 3 decades since that national championship season in 1981. Something that's only happened once in Clemson's history. Do you ever think about what it was that made you a great coach?
I didn't want to fail. That's one thing I didn't want to do. I didn't want to be a failure. I didn't want to go back to my Goodyear where my daddy worked all his life. I didn't want to go to the plant. Maybe I was scared of not being successful. I don't necessarily believe that. I was taught by probably the best teacher ever, Coach Bryant. I mean, just so much we learned through him and under him.
He's talking about his years at Alabama in his home state when he played for the legendary Bear Bryant. He believes much of his success is a combination of the hard work he still uses on the farm today, a little luck, and what he calls his best trait.
I've always felt like that was, if the good Lord gave me one trait, it would be that I could recognize good people. I mean, I think he gave me the ability to say, look, if I talk to you for 10 minutes, then I can kind of figure out you're okay or you're not okay. And you're okay, by the way.
Thank you. He's good humored, happy where he lives and where life has taken him.
There's 4 of them in the water.
Tending to the more than 100 cows out on the farm. And admitting that the College Football Hall of Fame would be an honor, but not something he's counting on.
That's something that I don't think will happen. And honestly, I'm not trying to downplay it. It'd be wonderful if it did, and I'd be very thrilled for not necessarily me at all, but for my coaches and my players and for Clemson. I would be thrilled for them, and if it happens, it happens. But I don't think that'll ever happen because I was not a good politician.
He is who he is, comfortable in boots, jeans, and an old baseball cap, a Clemson legend who these days is focused less on cheers and touchdowns and more on the slow pace and quiet of life on the farm.
I told my wife, I said, well, I think I'm going to be buried right there. I'm going to put a wishing well on top of that cover, and I'm going to make a little graveyard, and I'll be buried on the farm. That's how much I like it out here.
Had the best time talking to him. What a character. Just love his personality and just sharing the old stories with him. So will Danny Ford make it into the College Football Hall of Fame? He was saying maybe not, but listen to this. Listen to his Clemson stats. 12 seasons, 1978 to 89. His teams won 96 games, 5 ACC championships, 6 bowl games, and of course, the national championship in 1981. The Hall of Fame class will be announced coming up next January. So fingers crossed for him.
And a very humble guy. I like how he just likes the life he lives now. And he in one of the teasers we were talking about, he's like, most probably 10 to 12, 13-year-olds wouldn't even know who I am.
Yeah.
That's what I like about him. Just very humble.
Yeah, very, very humble, very comfortable with himself. Just, you know, enjoys his life. He's a family man, 3 daughters and a son, you know, his wife, and he's also a grandfather now. And he spends a lot of time out there working. He said it's harder now than it was 10 years ago, and especially in summer weather like this. But I think he really, really enjoys it. You can tell that he does.
Make those grandkids get out there and work.
I'll tell you, send him out there.
All right, well, great story. Well, continue to